it's just the incident that happened to me in my life. Just one of many of a good close friend of mine, guy named, this guy, particular guy named Dennis, I'm gonna say Dennis Jones. I can't think of Dennis. No, Jesse Dennis. The guy name was Jesse Dennis, friend of mine. We worked at the chemical plant in Port Arthur, Texas. And we go to work every day from 8 o'clock to 4:10 every day. We work in the inside of one of those chemical plants where you make a whole lot of money just being a Texaco refinery was the name of the plant. Well, he lived in Port Arthur about 11 miles from Beaumont. And we always just in our late 20s, stuff like that. And we had a basketball team also uh, of Port Arthur players and Beaumont players that we played together as a team outside of the company, but we all worked at the same company. So we practiced sometime, and some days we would practice in Beaumont, some days in Port Arthur. So this particular day we come to work, we all met at the clock at 8:10 that morning, and Jesse said, "Hey, baby." I said, "Hey, what's up, man?" He said, "Look, I know we got practice after work today in Beaumont, at some little school in Beaumont, little gym in Beaumont. We're gonna practice there." I said, "Well, Jesse, that gym is about 2 blocks from my house. So when you get off at 4:10, I'll meet you at the clock, and then you follow me to my house. We'll chill for a little bit till everybody from Port Arthur finally get to Beaumont, and we'll practice. And you can be at my house, then we'll go right there to the gym, and then you go with both, and then we do this vice versa for each other." Okay, cool. We go to work at 10 o'clock that day. I'm a painter, so I'm kind of just fiddling around, just scraping and painting on things. He a pipe fitter. That's those people that weld and torch a lot of them big tanks with all the real powerful chemicals inside of it. But he just basically a laborer just like me. At this time, the plants wasn't as safety cautious as what they are today. This was back in 1970, no, 1970, 78, 79, something like that. So about 10 o'clock that day, Jesse was working on a different unit from me. He a pipe fitter. I was working as a painter on a unit. But the plant is like almost like a little small, big neighborhood, I say, a big neighborhood. That's how large. Plant might be 500 acres, the whole plant. So he might be way on this end, I'm on that end. So I may not see him none that day at work, most likely. So about 10 o'clock that day, we was on one of the units, and somebody said, "Hey, there was an explosion today on one of the other units on the other side of the plant." I said, "Oh, okay, well, damn, no." Then about 30 minutes later, they come back and say, "Hey, man." I say, "Hey, what was going on?" Because we had to get our news. We just filtered through just people word of mouth, and somebody else heard something. Say, "Oh, it was 5 people got killed at that plant." We all on the same property. Oh, some 5 workers got killed. It was an explosion or something happened. So about 30 minutes later, they come back and say, "Hey, it was 3 black guys and 2 white guys that got killed on that unit." So I said, "Ooh, I said, man, that's tragic." We felt for whoever they were, but we at this plant where I may not even know you worked there for 4 or 5 months while we still working at it. I just know the people that I'm around in the unit, we all working on and stuff like that. Then you meet them, then maybe you can keep some type of a relationship with them outside the plant. So then 30 minutes later, they come back and say, "Hey, the names of the people, it was 2 white guys. We can't think of their name. But the 3 black guys was Ryan. Their last name was Ryan, Dennis, and Hope. That's the last name of the 3 black guys. Ryan, Dennis, and Hope." I said, "Ryan, Dennis, and Hope." Well, okay, well now, it's about 8,000 employees at this plant. So just hearing the last name really don't mean much, because there's a lot of Williamses work here that I don't even know. So I said, "Oh, Ryan, Dennis, and Hope." Well, about my friends, and I thought about them. I haven't worked on the unit where they was working. Well, the way the unit is, it can be daylight, and you can try to walk from right here about 10 feet in that unit. If you got it clear, if you can clearly see in this bright sunshine outside, you can walk from here to there. But when you make that 10-foot walk, there's all kind of pipes uh, at your face level, your chest, down at your ankles. There's all kind of pedestals here and there where while you walking, you always have to do this, go down, step over something. You might have to go back this way just to get right back there because of construction. So if it's dark, if they didn't burn up right there, once it fell and they couldn't see, they would never be able to even run from right here for 10 feet because they're going to either knock themselves out or something like that. Yeah. So that hurt me when I thought about what happened to them, which that just happened. So after that happened, but we went out for lunch to eat. We still went. So when we came back, management had the site where we rode by the site where they burnt up. Well, and actually, to be honest with you, on my way back, when you go to lunch, you leave the plant, you come back, park your car. When you get on a bicycle, you got to ride about a mile to the job site. So we rode bikes, and you couldn't walk to the job site. You had maybe 5 minutes, but we all had bikes out there. Well, on my way riding back to the job site, I was confused on whether to quit and go home. It was difficult for me to go back to work because right after that happened, the attitude of all the supervisors and management was like, "Hey, everything okay, y'all? Go back to work." In other words, no, they never showed any type of passion. They never showed any type of caring. What really happened? They didn't come to us and say, "Hey, why don't we sit down and kneel and pray? Let's say a prayer for these individuals." They told us, "Go back to work. Just go." And we just still sit there dumbfounded. We didn't go to work. We just didn't go to work anyway, in regards to what they said. Even if we went to the job site, we stood up. We couldn't, we was perplexed. So when I came back from lunch, it was different. I kept saying, "Man," but I didn't want to quit because I was making so much money. But I was saying, "Man, what is this all about?" So after we get back to work, and after they treat us like they did, we just we ended that day, and I stayed working at that plant, and I never did quit. Eventually, I got laid off in 1983. I got bittersweet memories of the plant, of people and things that happened, but that's not the first person that I done went to work with and didn't see him that. And that's what's so tragic about working at the plant. Then health-wise, the things you're breathing in, of course, cancer can touch so many of us anyway with regards to where you're at. But that's just one of the stories by one of my friends, and I still miss him to this day. And I miss my immediate family. I love them, all that stuff too. I got to put that in. But yeah, that's just one of the stories.